And a very special day it is. It's a Monday. That means my partner in crime this morning. We have Angel Perley with Americans for Prosperity. Good morning, Angel.
Good morning. Yeah, I
It's
literally feel like I'm this morning. Yeah,
yes.
I feel it.
We got a lot going on. It is Monday, and it's a rainy Monday, but you know what? They don't get us down, right?
Yeah, I'm over the rain though. I am.
I think everybody might be. But I've heard
It
that
is.
Mother Earth loves it, and I heard that she needs it, and it's all good. Remember, we wouldn't be getting it if we didn't need it. So
Did you make that up?
no, I'm I'm not
Okay.
that good. Okay, no,
Uh,
this is just what I've heard.
we
That's what,
wouldn't be getting it if we didn't need it.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
If we,
well,
yeah, we're getting it because we need it. Let's thank our sponsors. We need.
All right. Let's thank Meadowview Healthcare, Walmart, Salem Crossing, Americans for Prosperity, Mama Roses, Fox Pearly Wealth Management, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Dr. Mindy Gunn, Marshall Monuments, McAllister Land Consulting, First Harrison Bank, the Louisville Bats, Schneck Hospital, and Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
Yay! Thank you to our great sponsors. Very proud of them. I lost my coffee here in the studio. You know, I'm one of those. I need to put like an air tag on my coffee. I set it down. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Yeah.
I have not, although I'm not having coffee this morning.
What are you drinking over there? Water?
Lemon water.
Oh, you're
fresh
just
cut
really look at
lemons.
you over there.
Yeah,
You're showing up, and you don't have an energy drink. I'm very proud of you. Look at you.
not yet today.
Not yet.
Nope. I
Today's
decided
too early.
I better get my water intake and get that lemon juice in there.
All right, we're on to Monday, the 5th day of May. And over the weekend, we had the big Derby, had all the Derby festivals, had the Unbridled Friday night, the Derby Saturday. Everybody dropped on Sunday. So a big weekend and
Yeah.
a fun time, though.
Yeah. We did not pick the winning horse. We were a bunch of losers at our house.
Well, yeah.
But I will say
I do
that
too.
my pick was Rodriguez,
Uh-huh.
just so we are all clear.
Yeah,
And yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
that your pick too?
No, Sandman was, I was kind of leaning towards Sandman. I was the favorite, of course. But then it was like a, was it something gold or
Chunk of gold.
gold? Yeah. Because they said that he was the least expensive horse. So I thought
his trainer was from Indiana.
Well, I was going for that because I thought it's kind of cool, kind of a cool story because I can't remember, they paid a lot less for him.
All of them had some sort of relation to Secretariat. Thought that was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Chunk of Gold's trainer was from up north.
I love
in
that.
Indiana.
Well, I was kind of going for that. I didn't do any betting, but
that was Jameson's pick.
Is it?
Jameson picked Chunk of Gold. When Rodriguez scratched, we flipped and we went.
That was Bob Baffert's horse.
Both were Bob Baffert's that we picked because we're Bob Baffert fans at our household.
Uh-huh.
So we had picked, so that's the reason why we had picked him originally. But then, yeah, and he actually he actually held the lead. I don't know if everybody remembers, and they didn't show Bob Baffert at the end. But Citizen Bull was my pick after Rodriguez, which were both Bob Baffert horses.
Yeah.
And Citizen Bull held the lead for quite some time.
Yeah.
And then Sovereignty and who was the other one? There was one right behind him. Wasn't Chunk of Gold, wasn't Citizen Bull. I'm trying to remember. It was funny because I was watching a guy that hit the trifecta.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was like, that's super cool.
Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, you talk about just I don't know how you do it. I don't know.
I did not bet. But yeah, I think I didn't realize how popular, and I didn't do a whole lot of research either, how popular Sovereignty actually was. I know Sandman was.
Yeah.
But Sovereignty, there was quite a few people that had picked Sovereignty. So
yeah,
good for them.
He proved himself, and boy, right running in the mud like that. And he had that
Bob
muddy.
Baffert's back at the Derby, everybody.
I
Look
know,
alive.
I know. And he had that, but he had that muddy face. And I thought, boy, that just like such a
His
great.
blue sunglasses, if you know Bob Baffert, those blue sunglasses are his thing. And so forever ago, about 10 years ago, actually, I looked everywhere for those blue, and I did find something similar. And I'm like, I am going to be Bob Baffert. When I grew up, I want to be Bob Baffert.
I'm channeling Bob Baffert. Well,
Yeah.
there you go. All right. When you got the Triple Crown right there, 3 children right there.
Yeah,
Win, place, and show. And
right.
it switches every day.
Oh, no, they all show. Let me tell you, they all show out. Let me tell you.
That is true. That is true. You need to, like, each night, like, tell them which was the best behaved. So that
They
would be your
ask.
win.
They
And then
ask.
the next would be your place, and then the show.
So the oldest actually asks
Who
if
was the
he's
best today?
Yeah, like he'll ask. So if we're like out somewhere and the younger two are being really bad, we'll get in the car and be like, hey, who was the best behaved in there? And I'm like, do you want me just to say you? Like, is that what you're wanting? Some affirmation that you were good in there?
Well, yeah. That takes that's a hard work. That's hard
But
for a
it's
little
expected.
guy.
I think that
It's
that's
hard
where,
for a little guy, though.
That's where we are lacking. Is you are expected to be good. No, you don't get a toy
It's
for being
hard,
good.
though.
No, you don't
Well,
get
I'm not
this.
saying that,
No,
but
we're not.
It is difficult.
We are not trying to make a deal to be good. No,
let's make a deal.
You are expected to behave.
But it's funny whenever he maybe acts out a little or acts a little different, he doesn't ask that question.
No, not at all.
Oh, how the tables turn. Oh, that's funny. Well, anyway, so Derby 151 is in the books. And then, of course, then Sunday we had May the 4th be with you. Big Star Wars days, fun. And right there.
Not a Star Wars fan.
Well, I am. And that is, and right there actually at, I just went blank. Epcot, they actually had the, where everybody drawed their swords and did that, I do believe, last night. So fun at a certain time. I don't remember the time. I was not there. So did think about going there at some one time, but didn't do it. And then we go on today. Today is the 5th. So I've heard of the Revenge of the 6th or whatever they call it. I can't remember how they do that. But sometimes Derby's actually on May the 4th or on Cinco de Mayo Day. And today is Cinco de Mayo Day. And I've lost all of I've lost them all right now. Here we go. Okay. So today is the 5th. Today is Cinco de Mayo Day. Okay.
Okay.
Say it one more time. Great Lakes Awareness Day.
Like all the Great Lakes.
Mm-hmm.
Can you name all the Great Lakes?
No. Can you?
Yes.
Okay.
Like Huron, Lake Ontario, Lake Michigan, and Lake Erie.
Look at you. Okay.
Fun fact, it spells home.
Oh.
Home is the acronym.
I didn't catch that one. Did not know that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. That's how you remember.
Did not little tricky
little fun
tricks,
fact.
little tricks
That's
there.
little,
I never heard that trick
Salem
before.
Community Schools for you, right?
Yeah,
there.
I didn't get that one. Hug a shed and take a selfie day.
I don't
I'll
be doing that.
I don't know.
But not out in this rain. I ain't hugging nothing.
International Midwives Day. Midwives Day. Museum Lovers Day. I love a good museum. When it's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nail Day. Nail. Got your nails done.
Like a hammer nail?
No, the show's like nails, like fingernails. Yeah.
So like get your nails done?
Yeah, I think that's
moms everywhere should get your.
We all need to get our nails done again. Okay. National Cartoonist Day. What's your favorite cartoon, Angel?
So cartoon is not my favorite thing. I'm not a cartoon lover. So I don't know. Like what's funny is now I'm like on to like what the kids are watching.
I know what they're watching.
What are they watching?
Paw Patrol.
Is that considered a cartoon?
Ooh, I guess it is. Wouldn't it be a cartoon?
It's very 3D-ish. I don't know.
I would think so. I would think it's a
Well,
cartoon.
yeah, there's Paw Patrol. Actually, Paw Patrol was on in the car this morning.
I love Paw Patrol.
There's Paw
Bluey. They like Bluey.
Patrol. They like Go Dog Go,
Yeah.
Tag and Scoot.
I wanted to watch that the other day, and they didn't. I could not get them to watch that with me. I was like, what?
Oh, if you
They
just
didn't have
put it on,
time. They didn't have
eventually become
time for it. They didn't have
interested.
time for it. They were not interested.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of
Well, I'm sorry, but the best cartoon, I'm just gonna overlap it all. We were just talking about this the other day. Bugs Bunny, like Roadrunner. I mean, those were great cartoons.
Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes, yeah. Yeah, all of that. Popeye the Sailor Man, it shows a photo of him. Yeah. All of the good ones. Those are, yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
There's some good ones.
No, that's not.
Okay.
That's not my vibe.
National Enchilada Day.
Very apropos with
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
Ooh, National Hoagie Day. Would you want a enchilada or a hoagie?
I could go for either.
Whichever's in front of me. You want to do both? Okay,
yeah,
all right,
I'll take
okay.
both.
Do you insist? National Meeting Planners Appreciation Day for those that plan the meetings.
Meeting planning.
Yeah, that can be a lot. Trying to get everybody, making sure that everybody's the time's right for everybody and all's right, right?
Yeah, we have team meetings all the time, so planning those meetings can take some time.
National Silence the Shame Day.
Silence the shame. Like as in like you're.
I don't know.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know. Oyster Day.
Oyster. I like oysters.
And I always used to like, my dad used to make, and I don't know why, mom made it too, but they both, the best oyster soup. Oyster soup was so good.
I have never had
it. It was really creamy and really good. Yeah. Yeah. This is Revenge of the Fifth. That's what they call it. Yeah. Revenge of the Fifth.
Oh.
May the fourth be with you now. Revenge of the Fifth.
So Silence the Shame is dedicated to raising awareness about mental health and wellness.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It aims to break down stigmas surrounding mental health and promote open conversations about mental well-being. Yeah.
No, that's cool. And I think we've come a long way on that.
The shame associated with seeking help for mental health challenges.
And I think we have done some of that. I think we have silenced the shame. I think that people are coming out and talking, and I think there's a lot more.
There's also an emergency mental health hospital now. So that's super cool.
Yeah, I think that it's been brought to the forefront a lot more than what it used to be. And I think that's great. And I think more people are bringing awareness to it. Yeah. So I guess silencing it no more. Right.
Yeah.
I saw over the weekend, I think it's called Thunderbirds. It's a new Marvel show. And it talks a little about mental health, which I thought was very good. It was, really
bringing
good.
It to the forefront here.
Yeah. Square Root Day.
Oh. I have not done anything with a square root for a hot minute, man.
Totally Chipotle Day.
What?
Chipotle Day. Totally Chipotle Day.
Chipotle?
Chipotle.
Why? Chipotle?
Right. That sounds so weird when I say that.
I know, because you're calling it Chipotle.
Chipotle. Say it.
Chipotle.
Chipotle.
Spell it. I need to know if you're
okay. Let's see if I'm saying it right. Okay, I don't know. I'll be corrected. Chipotle. Yeah. I'm just saying it weird, right?
Okay. What does it mean?
I don't know. It doesn't
like the
tell.
sauce.
That's what I'm thinking. That
or the restaurant.
Do you want Chipotle? Do you want Chipotle? Right.
I mean,
so it is a sauce, and then they made it a restaurant, right? Is that correct?
Hang on here, because it's saying that that might be it's called Total Chipotle Day.
Okay.
Oh, okay, because Cinco de Mayo. That makes sense. Chipotle and
okay. Well, it is Cinco de Mayo Day.
It's to celebrate the Chipotle pepper.
Okay. I didn't guess I knew that there was a pepper. I mean, I don't know. I'll be the first.
It's a smoked dry jalapeno pepper.
Oh. I know there's a restaurant, like you said, and I know that like there's a sauce, but I guess I just didn't realize. Yeah. Well, it's Cinco de Mayo Day. 13% of Americans have no idea what it's all about.
13%.
13%. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. It's Cinco de Mayo Day, which, if you haven't taken elementary school Spanish, translate to 5th of May. You've heard of it, but do you know what it celebrates? A new poll, 39% of Americans say it's Mexican Independence Day. 26% say it's celebration of Mexican American culture. 13% say it's a fun excuse to drink. Another 13% admit that they have no clue what it's all about. None of these things are correct. Just 10% of people know the correct answer. Cinco de Mayo actually is the Mexican victory over the French of the Battle War, which took place May the 5th in 1862, 163 years ago. Here's a history lesson. The battle itself was not a major win, and the French took control of Mexico 2 years later. But it was a morale boost for the Mexicans, and it helped them to gain alliance with the Americans to eventually force the French to withdraw.
I think I did know that.
I think I did too. I think it just kind of goes, I forgot. Okay. So
I think I learned it in Spanish.
that's been,
Either learned it in Spanish or history.
70% of Americans, I think it's good to bring it to remind everyone though, 70% of Americans plan to celebrate Cinco de Mayo, and most plan on it by eating Mexican food, drinking margaritas, or sipping on Mexican beer. 20% say they'll celebrate the Mexican culture. 14% say they're having a house party. 8% will read up on the Mexican history. 8% said they were going clubbing or bar hopping.
So, Monday night.
Yeah.
You?
By the way, Google Trends put on the map of the most searched Cinco de Mayo cocktails. The Western and Southwestern states were looking up margaritas, and Middle Americans were looking up beers. The Midwest were mostly searching for pina coladas, and some were looking for tequila sunrises. There we go. So there we I will not be participating on any of that, right?
I might show my appreciation and and read up on a little bit of it, but I will not be drinking any today. I might eat some Mexican food. That I might do.
Yeah.
I could do that. Listen, you give me some chips and queso and I forget the meal. Good grief.
I know. Ugh. It's just so good.
It is.
Yeah, you can make a meal on that.
Chips and salsa, chips and queso. Give me all those things.
Yeah. I remember I'm not going to mention it, but it was a girl, and we were on the bus. We were going to a game, cheerleading, and she had the biggest. It had to be like almost a pint size of that white cheese, that good cheese, and chips. And she had a big thing of chips, and she goes, I can't share it. I can't share it. She goes, I have to have it all. And I think she did eat most of it, but it was so funny. I thought, and that was her supper, but I just thought, I think that's a lesson in life. I think that's a life lesson right there. Learn, right?
Do it.
Although
I like even mixing them too, the salsa and the cheese. I think that's so good.
Yeah,
I could really go for some right now that we're talking about it.
Yeah, we'd be crunching those chips on the radio.
And then everybody else would want some.
And I would share.
I don't. Let me see how many I have.
Yeah.
Whatever. My kids take everything. Listen, let me have one thing, okay? It doesn't matter what I get. Does not matter.
No, and it's funny because you could just open up anything you touch.
We have to eat. Literally the other day we had the exact same food. And they came over and started eating off mine.
They do that.
And I'm like, go sit down. Get off of my stuff.
Every time they do
your
that.
Seat.
I know. Yeah.
Little boys and girl, go sit down.
Yeah. All right. So this is, if you don't have a real ID by Wednesday, get to the airport at least 3 hours early. Okay. The TSA has been warning you've been warned everyone that they need to get the real IDs for years. And this time they're serious. The TSA said that if you don't have the real ID by Wednesday, you better get to the airport at least 3 hours early because you'll be subject to delays and additional screening, and even you might not be cleared to fly. The Real ID driver's license has a star in the top right corner, and it shows that you've been verified your identity with additional documents. Starting Wednesday, a regular old driver's license will no longer be enough to board a flight. If you don't have Real ID, you'll need a U.S. passport, global entry, or Nexus, a permanent resident card, a border crossing card. I didn't know they had a border crossing card, a foreign government issued passport, or a veteran health ID card. Wow.
Well,
if you don't have one of those, get to the airport as early as you can and bring as many IDs with your photo as you can. Fine. If you aren't flying until summer, arrange to get a Real ID ASAP. I think for the ones that actually have gotten their driver's license renewed, or maybe has gotten new driver's license, they've got the star. You've got the star, right?
Yeah, I've had the star for some time. Yeah, I have the star.
That's on my to-do list.
You do not have it yet?
No, no, and I know about it. I knew about it. It's like one of those things I'm going to do.
I guess
know.
my
I'm a little nervous over here. That just kind of made me give me the chips and salsa. I'm nervous over here.
My past self, I think, knew that I would be my future self would be very busy. So prior to kids, I got it. And
oh yeah,
found the time you gotta have this and that. I think you gotta have did you have to have your marriage license? I can't remember. There was things that I can't even. I don't know. Maybe I'm making stuff. Maybe you didn't have to have that. Maybe that was whenever.
They did. No, they did say it's been talked about for a while. It's people like me. I'm wrong, okay? Because I should have already had it done.
I have the star.
They gave a lot of time. Like it was talked about. It's been talked about for a long time, and then it's been talked about that.
Oh yeah,
they
initially talked about it, and then it was supposed to be like from that day, the next 6 months, and then from that day, a year.
And they pushed it back. Yeah, they've been very kind. They have actually been very kind about people getting it, and now they're not going to be kind no more. They're like.
Remember when we told you to get this 5 years ago?
Yeah.
Well, now it's taking effect.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So yeah, I'll take that one. I know exactly. I've had plenty of time. It was one of those things that just, I guess you kind of forget about it. Not, you know what I mean? And because I have been on airplanes, but I've been okay, but not anymore.
Is yours black and white, or is yours in color?
My driver's license is in color. I don't have to look at it. Is yours black and white?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
They put them in black and white.
So they'll actually. So I'll go out of color and go back to black and white then.
Yeah. I've got a little race car on mine. Is that because I'm Indiana?
I don't know, but that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I hope they put one on mine.
No,
give me that race car thing. No, I'm sorry.
You took too long.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, a lot of race cars. Yeah, and now speaking of that, gear up. Let's get ready for the big Indianapolis 500. Cannot wait for that coming up.
I need to see
if I get the race car.
No, I need to find somebody in a different state to see what they have on theirs. Like, cool. Will Kentucky have a horse or something? Because that'd be cool.
Yeah, and then Texas, a Longhorn, right?
Well, I don't know. Why?
Michigan, a lake, right? I don't know. What would Michigan have like a?
I'm not gonna guess any further. So
I know. I'm like, listen to me. I'm really trying to figure it out. I'm trying to think of.
Indiana's not technically. I mean, like, you couldn't put a Hoosier on there.
What would Cincinnati have?
I don't know. Bear Claw. I don't know.
I'm trying to think.
I don't
Oh,
know.
Skyline chili.
I don't know.
Some chili.
I don't know. Maybe that's just something fancy Indiana did.
I don't know.
I don't
Maybe
know. We need to know.
we
I need
need to know
surrounding
all the
states to
things.
tell us.
Tell us what
We're
is
not in
on your driver's
Indiana.
license.
What is on your driver's license?
What is
What
on
little
it?
fun, what little fun little gadget did you get?
Yeah. Yeah.
Widget. That's what I was trying to say. Widget. That's the term I was looking
Yeah.
for. What widget did you get?
Exactly. What did you get? I don't know. I don't know yet, but I know that I need to do. So I need to get on the ball. Okay.
You have when?
Wednesday is the
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Well, you don't have, I mean, it's not like you're going to the airport the next
I
2
know,
days.
but still, I need to. Yeah, don't tell me that, and then I'll put it off. That's been the whole problem. Put it off. Put it off. Put it off. It's got to happen.
I'm just always freaking out, like, because
I'm
I
not
don't
freaking
want,
out.
I think that's probably part of like why I did it, like having a valid ID, because I, as we
You don't want to be
saw,
pat down.
no, I'm not even just talking about the airport. I'm talking about like trying to rent a car, like that we just did a couple weeks ago, and my driver's license had expired.
Yeah.
You do not get a notification that your license is expired.
No, that is up to
so
you.
Make
That
sure
is your
that you are
responsibility.
checking them.
You have to have good responsibility on that.
Yes, you do, because they do not tell you.
Yeah.
In fact, online, my license had expired for what, a week or two, and online
You
it
were
still
running.
said,
You were running bad.
okay, not really, considering it
You were
hadn't
riding
even
dirty
changed.
over there.
Listen, had you looked me up online, my license was still valid.
So bad.
That's
so
what's
bad.
crazy, is it read that on the license, but it did not. But it
Yeah.
was still valid online.
Yeah. But that was like a God thing, that all of that. Oh, speaking of that, I'm gonna real quick. I'm gonna just go back. I know, squirrel. But I thought that was so cool that the jockey, first thing he did was give praise to God for the win. I love that so much.
A lot of them do that.
I know, but I just it was just, I'm happy to hear that. Okay, now go back. Okay, but yeah, it was an act of God that you got it all done in the time frame you got it done within like an hour or so.
Yeah,
That's
on a weekend.
that's not normal. That's just not normal. Things like that. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that was pretty cool that you acted fast on that. That was some fast thinking.
Because the big man upstairs has got my back. He says, "Listen,
I need to get in my back and get
we
me.
gotta keep this open.
He needs to
I
get
got
me
a girl.
moving towards.
I know
it.
a girl that's coming today.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here is, speaking of trying to keep our brain fresh and keeping brain health, right? You know, they talk about mental health and now brain health too. Take a quick home test to check your brain health. Okay.
Ooh.
On a Monday, really? Okay. Did you know there's a test you can take at home and you can check your brain if it's functioning properly? And all you need is a ruler and a friend. Okay. Whoa. Hello. Hang on. Okay. This might have me concerned. I might be worried. Okay.
Maybe that's the test. Maybe that's the brain test. It's like, nah.
I might be worried. Scientists have discovered that having decent reaction times is a key indicator that your brain is still working, especially as we get older. And you can even test your brain health and even reaction times from your comfort of your own home. Okay, I just want to say, as many balls that come close to my head, and I'm talking about from footballs to basketballs to baseballs to soccer balls, with all of the grandkids, I think I have pretty good reaction time. Okay. I think there has been a few that has nailed me in the head.
Like,
but I think I think I've got a pretty good reaction. I think I do pretty good. Because there's quite a few going from place to place, okay, all the time. It's called here we go. The test is called a ruler drop test. Here's what you have to do. Okay, number one, you sit in a chair with your arm on a table so that your wrist is hanging over the edge. Turn your wrist so your thumb and pointer finger are facing up. Are you doing it? Do this over there.
I don't.
Yeah, no, but just do it over there. Have your helper.
There's nowhere to hang my
pinch
arm.
the top of the. Okay, have your helper pinch the top of the ruler where the numbers finish. The 0 should be dangling directly above your thumb.
This is just to see if you can catch it.
Yeah. Without warning, tell your friend to drop the ruler. With just your thumb and pointer finger, try to catch the ruler as fast as possible. Write down the measurement on your ruler where your fingers land. How many centimeters was it? You can do it a few times to figure out your average reaction time. If you catch the ruler a distance less than 7.5 centimeters, it's excellent. If you catch it between 7.5 and 15.9 centimeters, that's above average. If you catch it between 15.9 and 20.4 centimeters, that's average. 20.4 and 28 is below average, and everything over 28 is poor. Not only will the results of this test show you how well your brain is functioning, but you can also it would be a window to your overall risk of death. One study found there's a strong relationship between the reaction times and risk of death from coronary heart disease, stroke, and respiratory disease.
What if you don't catch it at all?
We don't talk about Bruno, right? I don't know. Doesn't say that. It does not say that. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I don't have a ruler over here to do that, so I cannot.
Okay. So here's something. Okay, we're going to switch gears here. So everybody can try that at home, okay? Try that in the privacy of your own home, okay? So that nobody, I guess.
Well, you have to have a friend.
Well, I know, but I mean, I'm saying is like, I guess you don't publicly have to tell how well you do. And I guess that would be something though, that if you did go low on it, if your numbers were not where you need it to be, keep working on it. Maybe it just keeps getting better. Just keep improving yourself, right?
No, that's what I was saying. What if you test it now and then a year you test it and then
it's a lot
you test
better.
it every year and it gets less and less and then you're like, oh no.
What if just the opposite? What if it gets better and better? Yeah. All right.
I don't think aging works like that, but maybe so. Maybe
you just get better and better and better.
Maybe it does. Maybe.
I'm trying to be positive over here. All right. What's something that's sexy now that wasn't 20 years ago? This is kind of funny. Okay. I haven't pre-read this, but let's see what this is. Okay. Do you know of anything? Can you think of anything? Anything comes to mind? It's a lot to really to start answering all this stuff on a Monday, I think. Especially if a crazy weekend.
I don't know.
All right, you ready?
I mean, I could say stuff, but don't want to offend anybody, so.
Okay. So we're going in deep here, okay? Okay. The question again, what's something sexy now that wasn't 20 years ago? Number 1, eyebrows that aren't pencil thin, a thicker eyebrow.
Oh.
Now, that wasn't 20 years ago. Who was it? Brooke Shields had the thick eyebrows, and that was really back. I don't know how many years ago that would have been, but eyebrows that aren't penciled thin. So like a thicker eyebrow is sexy now that was not sexy 20 years ago. Okay. Number 2, lack of a tan.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It used to be almost everyone went to tanning salons and not being a tan somehow, and not being tan somehow lowered your attractiveness. And now it's like it's sexy
to not tan.
Yeah. And actually, I remember many years ago, whenever the first tanning bed hit our community, and I can remember that it was actually in a hair salon.
And I remember I was not allowed to. I wasn't old enough yet.
Yeah. Lack of a tan, and they used to have like, it seemed like it was like coins or something you put in, like it was like almost like a wooden coin or thing they used to put in them, and then they would go. Yeah. It was actually, and it was the first time was like you kind of felt like something was going to happen bad. You're kind of a little scared. And
Oh
then
yeah,
it got
like
really
claustrophobic
relaxed.
or
Yeah,
something.
well,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, zoom, the heat or this light, all these lights come on, and it's something that you've not experienced before. Yeah, it's a little bit
Yeah, I've heard multiple people talk about how they fall asleep in there.
now, or like after, yeah, after they've done it the first time, or but that first
Yeah.
time, I think the first time's kind of, yeah, it was actually, Marvin had a hair salon right there on the square, and he had, to me, I think the first tanning bed that we had in our community. And
Oh, that's not the one I thought you were talking about.
yeah, well, he invited us. It was actually, we had just won the sectional, and so he invited all of us cheerleaders. He gave us all free tanning bed experiences, which was exciting but also scary.
Hmm.
But then let the fun begin. Like you said, then I don't do them anymore, but I know that it's very relaxing, and yeah, I can see how people enjoy them.
Yeah.
They're warm. It's a warm
I
bed.
used to be what did they
I
call
remember
it? A
you used to.
tanaholic,
Yeah, you used to really like
tan
the tan.
addict. Yeah, I used to go all the
Mhm,
time.
mhm.
And then we had two different ones here in the city, and I would sometimes double dip.
Yeah, that was a big no-no. I remember they were really trying to tell people not to do that. Yeah, go
Yeah.
twice. Yeah, within the time. Yeah. Okay, number 3. These are things that are sexy now that were not 20 years ago. The lack of tattoos, in addition to having tattoos.
Wait, what?
The lack of not
Oh,
having
so
tattoos. Like,
so it's sexy now to have a bunch of tattoos when it wasn't sexy before.
no,
That
because the lack of tattoos. Same.
is not sexy. What are you saying?
Something that's sexy now. The lack of not having tattoos, like the tattoos, is sexy. See, it's something. What's something that's sexy now that wasn't 20 years ago? The lack of tattoos. So not having as many, or not having tattoos.
I feel like that's just the opposite. I don't agree with that one. I think tattoos are in.
No, just.
I mean, I think people are a lot more. I mean, they show them a lot more. They are a lot more transparent in the workplaces. Yeah,
No, I do agree with that.
I
Yeah,
mean, I
yeah.
think that. Yeah, I disagree with that one. I don't. I see tattoos way more. I mean, used to you'd hide them.
Yeah. I don't have any, but I don't personally have any, but I do like to hear stories of people that, I mean, hear the, like, why they have that tattoo. Usually there's a story. You know what I mean? When you talk to someone.
Okay.
Why? I mean, right? Oh. No.
Did you see something?
Windshield wipers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn your windshield wipers off.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, I think that they are. I think I see them a lot more. I
But
feel
like the story, like when you ask somebody the story of them, they're kind of cool. And usually people don't
some
mind
people
sharing it.
have tattoos they regret.
Yeah,
Some
that
people
would be me. I'm too indecisive on that kind of stuff. I don't
some
know.
people have tattoos they
I don't
regret.
know.
Some people have tattoos that are very meaningful. And
Uh-huh.
some people just have tattoos because they think it's cool. I know they think the tattoo is cool is what I'm
Yeah,
trying to say.
yeah. Well, good for them. Yeah, like so. Uh, number 4, 50-year-olds. 20 years ago, when people would turn 50, they looked like they should be the Golden Girls. Today, 50 looks 30. Drop the microphone.
Is that I mean, I haven't hit 50 yet, so I'm good. But hang on here. Are they saying that is? I can't understand what they're saying. So
Oh, I do.
so it's not a good thing.
No, they're saying years ago, like 50 would have been something like older. Now today 50 looks.
I know what they're saying.
Yeah.
But like, are they saying that's sexy or not?
Yeah, that's sexy. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. What's sexy now?
Well, yeah, because they've got so much
All the
going
stuff
on.
out there.
Face,
Yeah.
lips,
Yeah. Well,
eyes,
yeah.
all the things that people do.
Okay. Number
To make them
5,
look that
bald
way.
guys with beards. Used to scream midlife crisis, but now it's like really awesome. Bald guys with beards.
Some people can't help it. What do you mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just telling you what's sexy now. Bald guys with beards.
Oh,
This is
not.
what's sexy now.
I think beards are also a whole thing these days too.
Like in,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Long hair on dudes. Okay, so
That
it's
was one of the things I was going to
sexy
say.
now that wasn't.
And I'm
20
not
years ago.
saying that I am either way. I'm just saying that I have noticed that long hair for guys, yes, a lot of guys do have that
Mhm.
more
Mhm.
often
Yeah.
than years ago.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, that is yeah.
Okay, these are this is funny stuff. Okay, these are something that's sexy now. Um, hang on. Oh, I missed this one. Muscular women. Well, I think with all the athletes, I think that I thought that that's been coming up, but I guess 20 years ago maybe it wasn't, but it's sexy now. I think with all the um, athletes we have, and right, don't you?
I think women's sports is making a huge comeback and a huge turn, but that's always been sexy. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What are you
When
talking
did that
about?
ever? Yeah. Um, Bigger chested men, specifically like ones with dad bods.
Oh yeah, that's a thing. Again, I'm gonna disclaimer here. I am not saying I'm one way or another. I'm just saying like whether I think it's sexy or not.
The dad bods.
I'm just saying that is something that I know is in as well.
Okay. Okay, here we go. Sweatpants with elastic around the ankles
Joggers.
and calf length socks. These are things that are in sexy now.
I think they're using the term sexy wrong. Like I don't know if
So maybe just like it's like maybe instead of saying
like
sexy
trending,
that
maybe.
are trending now. Ooh.
Yeah, because I mean
Hot fish now.
I mean there are
Hot. Not
I'm trying to be
sexy.
careful with my words.
The word
here.
sexy, I don't know.
Trying to be careful with my words. And you're making it difficult. Yes.
I'm not trying to make it difficult. I'm only reading what's put in front of me, and it's saying sexy, but I have to think that some of this is okay. Maybe just maybe sweatpants with elastic waist around the ankles is sexy. Okay.
I mean, again,
I must be really sexy. I love those.
Well, no, but I remember when those weren't in. That's what I'm saying. So I think that I mean, and maybe there are people out there that think that joggers look better than regular sweatpants. I mean, I wear both. I wear joggers and I also wear the flare. I wear the boot cut, whatever you want to call it.
All of the above.
Yeah.
And the calf length socks.
Yeah.
The higher socks.
Yeah. I also wear those as well.
And it's talking about like a lot of people wear those with the slides.
Yeah. Too. Slides, clogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
okay. These are things that are sexy now that was not 20 years ago. An 800 credit score.
Why would that never be sexy?
I know.
Who thought that was not? That's a weird one.
Okay. Critical thinking skills and emotionally maturity.
I don't know when that ever.
I think that
went out.
I know.
Or whatever wasn't sexy.
Yeah, that was not. So 20 years ago, that was not. I don't know.
Y'all got some splaining to do.
Yeah, definitely. Being vegan, or at least being as healthy as you can be. Things that are, well, now hang on, let's go back. Whenever, like many years ago or whatever, when people were talk about vegan, there was a lot of jokes and stuff. Maybe it wasn't received as well as it is now, right?
That goes back to is it sexy?
I don't know if it's sexy, but the word maybe trending now.
I know
Maybe
that's what I'm
that.
saying.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
know.
think that.
Coming to a theater near you. I don't know, but I don't know about sexy, but it's supposed to be sexy. Yeah, right. Um, Next one is being a non-smoker.
Well, I think that some of these, I mean, to each their own, right? If you want to smoke, smoke. But I think there's just been a lot more research on them, so
Yeah,
that makes it a little different.
yeah. You
Um,
mean on health benefit? On health? Yeah,
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 on what it does to your health, and
yeah.
so I think that maybe that's why it's not
Hmm.
as much. But
Okay. Again, for those that's not tuning in, we're going back for the something that's sexy now that wasn't 20 years ago. Okay, here we go. Um, Having zero post on social media.
yeah,
Hmm. Maybe.
20 years ago, man,
Yeah.
that seems like it's crazy. But yeah, I mean, social media was around 20 years ago.
Um, Next one, going to therapy,
Goes back to the mental health
which
awareness.
which is very apropos right now because it's so good to know that it's like acceptable and talked about and it's okay.
Yeah, that's something that everybody used to keep so silent. Like you didn't tell
Oh,
people, and now it's like everybody needs it. You need a therapist. You need a therapist. You need a
well, and
therapist.
I've heard like people like that just say I talk to a therapist. That's wonderful. You know what I mean? Or
I
go
mean,
to
it's kind of what
therapy.
they're there for, right? I mean,
Exactly. Well, and you take care, and you think about that. You take care of your body. You go to the doctor. You go, you know, all that you do. And why would you not take care of your brain and your mental?
I mean, if you don't know, I mean, I told my kids this last night. This is my first time on Earth too. Like, I don't know. Like, I am learning just like we all are. This is
I
my
say that
first
all the
time
time.
too.
Yes.
This is my first time too. I don't know.
Yeah. Going to therapy. Yes. Which I'm glad. I'm glad that it's more for something that's sexy now. Again, I don't know if it's sexy, but there you go. Hang her hand crank windows in cars.
What?
Something that's sexy now. I do want to say the wonderful thing about a hand cranked window is you don't have to worry about if like how like the windows get stuck with the going up and down with the little knobby or whatever that little thing is.
But
Yeah. So I heard someone that like who works on cars say that hand crank windows are better because you don't have all of the trouble you would have.
yeah, but the nice thing is if you have kids, you can like child lock them in the back.
True.
That is something that's nice.
Okay, these are things that are sexy now, nerdy things like Dungeons and Dragons, magic, comics, and just being super into fantasy.
Mm. Mm. I mean, I do watch Arrow. I like Supernatural and like Flash.
There we go.
Like, does that count?
I guess so. So there we go. So those are some what's sexy now that wasn't 20 years ago. So, or I think I'm going to I'm going to change that to what's trending now. I have to,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, because some of those were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about some of those.
And it looks like we could the next pope could be revealed this week. And they're going to announce it like a gender reveal party. Don't worry, the Cardinals aren't going to be shooting off in neighborhood park stuff, but senior members of the Catholic Church will gather on Wednesday to determine the next pope. There are 135 cardinal electors, and it looks like it happened they'll go behind locked doors. It'll happen in secret, and it looks like they'll actually do their smoke signals. The Pope has been chosen through smoke signals. They actually attached a special chimney atop the chapel this past Friday, and each vote they'll burn their ballots in a stove. If black smoke comes out of the chimney, the Cardinals aren't in agreement. and will need to go vote again. um, Once white smoke can be seen from the chimney, it signals to the public that the Roman Catholic Church has a new leader.
That's cool.
And there is no need for pink smoke because the next pope cannot be a woman.
Thank you for stating that.
It's unclear, though, how long the process will take. They usually hold 2 rounds of voting each morning and another 2 in the afternoon until they reach their goal. All of the over the past century have ended under 4 days. So there we go. So we shall see. So if it's black smoke, maybe like at meetings, maybe this needs to be done. They're not in agreement. There's black smoke.
What day is that?
Oh, I lost it now. You got it usually about a 4-day period. Where did it go? Hang on. It's a gender reveal party. I don't know. No pink smoke though.
Pope reveal party.
Wednesday.
Okay.
All right. So there we go. And also get your driver's license. Wednesday's very important this week. Okay.
Yes.
We find out, right? Yes. Okay.
Also, we can shift gears over to last Monday.
Absolutely.
We had Comptroller Nashala down. It was a great event. She talked about the debt, the national debt, all the stuff she is taking. I tell you what, it is amazing what she is doing for our future generations. And I think that her story and her work that she is doing, I'm so glad she shared that, because I think that she needs to always share that so that people know just the type of leadership we have at that state house and how blessed we are for that.
She was fantastic.
She was.
I'm just absolutely I thought she'd be really special, but I didn't realize she was going to be that special. She was just, I could have listened to her all night long talk. She was wonderful.
That's what somebody else said. Somebody else said I couldn't get enough of her.
I know. No, she's like contagious. She's wonderful.
Yeah.
She was
fantastic. She even brought the bill itself that she was referring to and referencing.
Yeah.
She was great. She was fun. She came and she also did the cookie decorating afterwards. Totally participated. 100%.
And she can really she's very talented.
Yeah, she talked
her
about
cookies were really good.
She made reference to being a mom, reference to the kids,
yeah.
Invited the kids on stuff that like cookie decorating that I was trying to refrain them from. She was
received everyone so well.
She did.
And she made it round. She talked to everyone, made everyone feel special.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to have her call in on Coffee Club one morning here, which I'm really excited about. Yeah.
She was fantastic. And I think that if you miss this opportunity, I really think you need to find out where she's going to be next and really just hone in on, because the type of work she's doing is not just the state level. She's working on that federal level with a bunch of other different leaders and trying to get work on the national debt for us, for our future generations.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just amazing the type of work she's doing up there.
Yeah. And her story is so cool. I mean, you talk about just the right time, right place, and just all of a sudden, and then the right person she's a shaker and a mover. She's getting things done.
Yeah. So we got that going. Trump's Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, still has not been passed. We're looking at a few more months still on that, probably before that gets passed. So we're working diligently, making sure that our federal elected officials are still doing what they're supposed to be doing on that, and having those conversations and hearing from their constituents that we do not want to pay more in taxes.
No.
We don't want to pay more in taxes.
That's not sexy.
No, that is not sexy. And I don't think it was sexy before, but
I don't think
it's definitely not sexy now. So I think that if we could, so if we can get everybody on board with that, I mean, it was a huge, Trump passed a huge monumental tax reform in his first term. And we're just trying to make sure those stay in place and we make those permanent for years to come.
Yay.
Looking to plan some more events. We'll keep those. We'll get those on your calendars as soon as we get dates and what's all happening and the details of them. But that's what we got going on.
Well, bringing more people down here to Southern Indiana, it's always nice, and the Kentuckiana here to see our representatives and see everybody.
I think so. I mean, I've heard a lot of people complain that, the Southern Indiana is often overlooked. We get, kind of shaft because we're in the Southern region, but it's like, they're here and they're coming and they're making a part. You need to do your part though, and come and see them and talk to them.
Yeah.
Because they are present.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would say, and again, like I know that years ago, I'm a little younger, so years ago that I didn't get to travel as much and see them in maybe the surrounding counties or, maybe even just, next door. But to me, they seem like they're here a lot more.
Mm-hmm. I think they're understanding the importance of, making sure everybody.
Like, hey, we heard you and we are here. We would like to talk to you.
Yeah, we're kind of loud.
Well, that's okay. But I'm just saying, like, I think that it's important to jump on those opportunities when they're here. They want to hear from you.
I agree.
They do.
Yeah, they do. Very, very interesting for sure. Yeah. So well played and well done, AFP, for bringing her down here and making the event happen. So yeah,
it was a lot of fun. Very successful.
All right. Angel, we got to get out of here. Let's thank our wonderful sponsors this morning.
Yes, let's thank Meadowview Healthcare, Walmart, Salem Crossing, Americans for Prosperity, Mama Rose's, Fox Perley Wealth Management, Dr. Blackseye Associates, Dr. Mindy Gunn, Marshall Monuments, McAllister Land Consulting, First Harrison Bank, the Louisville Vets, Schneck Hospital, and Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
All right, let's have the best Monday ever.
Happy Monday.